Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we said maybe a few weeks ago we was going to come to you when the election for mayor of Houston, happens. Originally that night, it came to a runoff between Sheila Jackson Lee and John Whitmire. Both of them are Democrats. Now, John Whitmire, based on his record and how he has moved, he is a Democrat, but he's actually more moderate than really left-leaning. And he has a lot of times more center-right ideals than actually someone that would be more center-left. Now, he has a few left-wing issues that he goes on, but it's not as much as how he's more center-right. Now, this election should have been Sheila Jackson Lee's. It should not have went into a runoff whatsoever. Sheila's been in politics in Houston in the 18th district for a very, very long time. But I want you to look at what's on the screen here. And as you can see on the screen, it says Democrat John Whitmire wins Houston mayoral race. What happened? Why Sheila did not win this election? And y'all remember we went to John Whitmire's page when we did our video on this. We went to Sheila Jackson Lee's page. I told you at the time, John Whitmire seems like he's taking this a little bit more seriously when we looked at the websites alone. But Sheila ran anyway. She had Hillary Clinton come endorse her and all her friends, but that did not help her because in local politics, you got to be good in your hood. Now, I want you to see this on the next screen here. The votes have been counted. And not only did John Whitmire defeat her, he demolished her in this election. As you can see, 64% of the vote went to John Whitmire, 36% went to Sheila Jackson Lee. You look at raw numbers, he got 87,900 votes. Sheila only got 48,503 votes. That's pretty sad. John Whitmire should not have defeated Sheila Jackson Lee. But why do y'all think that happened? Why do you think? You see, if you look at the title of this podcast tonight, when you do not do for your community or protect your legacy with the black community, this is what happens. You see, there are times you black politicians, you're going to want to go draw from the well of the black community. And when you go to draw, you're not going to get nothing in return because you didn't do nothing for black people as a collective. We're not saying she didn't do for black individuals in her district or help other black individuals out there. Many black individuals will say, Sheila did this for me. Sheila did that for me. She looked out, right? There's many. I've heard the stories. But she did not do something collectively for black people, whether in Houston or throughout the country. Sheila Jackson Lee has proven herself to be blue, not black. She's pro-Democrat and not pro-Black America. See, Sheila would not have lost this election for a few reasons if she was pro-Black America. Let's go to Exhibit A here on the screen. Now, this comes from Sheila Jackson Lee's congressional page. If Sheila Jackson Lee wasn't pro-immigration, if she wasn't for legalizing, according to her website, 12 million illegal foreign nationals, if she wasn't focused on that, I really believe that she would be the mayor of Houston being sworn in January. If Sheila Jackson Lee would have fought to get black Americans on that COVID-19 hate crime bill and said, wait a minute, hold on. Black Americans got to be added to this bill because according to FBI statistics, black Americans are the number one victim of hate crimes. Every time it's being recorded. We cannot have this bill if black Americans are not on this bill. If Sheila would have said that and advocated for Black Americans to be on that bill, Sheila would be the mayor of Houston right now. If Sheila Jackson Lee would have been the loudest about ending qualified immunity for these race soldiers and telling them this got to be done, and she would have been the loudest one, even if she had to cry out in the wilderness by herself, everybody in Black America, including Houston, would have respected Sheila for that, and she would be the mayor of Houston being sworn in January. Back in 2008, when Black America at that time supported Barack Obama, and Black America at that time, because I remember it, it was like a movement for everybody to get registered to vote, and it was a movement to vote. It was. I remember that. In the 18th district, the people said, Sheila, at the convention, you need to support Barack Obama. Sheila said, no, I'm not going to do the will of my constituents in the 18th district, which as you're supposed to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm going to go to the Democrat convention in 2008, and I'm going to support Hillary Clinton. And that's what Sheila decided to do against her constituents in the 18th district. If she would not have done that, Sheila would have been the mayor of Houston right now. If Sheila would have been defending Black folks against Biden and all his open border policies, which is hurting Black America, if she would have been speaking up against what's happening in Chicago, what's happening in New York, what's happening to Black folks all over the country, how they just putting these people in areas of Black people. If she'd been speaking up about that and had the respect of Black America, Sheila would be the mayor of Houston being sworn in January. You see where I'm constantly going with this, you Black politicians? You are in a position right now with Black America is that if you not out here showing and proving, if Black America, let's act like Michael Rappaport now. We're making our list and we're checking it twice. And we're seeing who's been naughty and see who has been nice to Black America. That's what we're doing. And when we look at our list and we see you have been pro-Democrat and not pro-Black America, guess what could possibly happen to you on election day? The results you just seen with this election with John Whitmire and Sheila Jackson Lee. The amount of the Black population in Houston, there was no reason for her to lose like that. It was no reason. If the Black community would have showed up for her, she would have won. I'm telling you, she would have won. Especially tonight, she would have won. But this is what happens when you're not pro-Black America, but you're pro-Democrat. And I'm proud. I'm proud of this. Let me tell you something else. You Democrats in Houston, this is what you get too. Because they had Amanda Edwards. Amanda Edwards was running for mayor. Amanda Edwards didn't have the track record of Sheila Jackson Lee. She was in the city council and different things that she's done. I think Amanda Edwards probably would have beat him because her record is a little bit more clean. More people would have got behind Amanda Edwards. I even said that at the time. I said, man, I think they probably need to go with Amanda Edwards. She's younger. She seems like, But no, the moment Sheila got in, you Democrats in Houston, you just pushed out Amanda Edwards, just threw her to the curb. No loyalty or nothing to Amanda Edwards. You Black Democrats, that you did that. Yes, you did. And I'm glad this blew up in your face. Oh, yes, I'm glad it did. Next time, why don't you, let's get behind the younger people. It's time for the younger people to get in. That 18 to 50 range. It's time for them. It's their time. Yes, Whitmire is elderly too. But we talking about future y'all got to stop being scared of the younger people taking positions of power. We have different ideas. We want to see a better America too. But you black politicians, you better be pro-black America. Now, I understand when you run a district, you got to look out for everybody, and there are policies that benefit everybody. I get it. I'm not silly, right? If you got Asians in your district, you got to do something for them. You got Hispanics, you got whites, you got whatever. But if you're in a district and you're mostly black people, if not all black people, then you could be the most pro-black politician ever because you shouldn't have nothing to worry about at that time, right? Sheila Jackson Lee lost, and she has been a career Democrat in Congress. See, what she wanted to do was do a Karen Bass. See, Karen Bass, she left Congress to go be mayor of Los Angeles. And let's talk about Karen Bass. People complaining on her right now, too. She's not doing too good of a job, and people calling her out, too. And that's what Sheila wanted to do. So, yeah, I'm going to copy Karen Bass. I'm going to be the mayor of Houston, and I'm going to do 8 years. So you can do about 8 years, 2 elections. And, I'll be like Sylvester Turner, and that'd be my retirement out of Congress. I personally believe Sheila needs to also leave Congress. Leave Congress. Let somebody younger, like Amanda Edwards, go take that position. And let's start new with some new batch of people, right? Because this current group of politicians, see, you politicians, it's a new day. It is a reckoning on you. Black America is saying this. You better be about the business of Black America. If we hear you talking about immigration, that's a problem. Because Black Americans aren't immigrants. We built this country from scratch. We are the blueprint of this country. We are the blueprint of culture and everything else. Black Americans are. And if you're not going to toe the line for Black America, if you're going to allow Democrats to try to insult us and try to say we're immigrants too, that's the most insulting thing I ever heard in my life, to say Black Americans are immigrants. Yeah. So what homeland did we leave that has a functioning government? Let's think about this. What homeland did we leave that had a functioning government? And we talking about in right now, functioning government that we could point back to. They have their own parliament. They have their own presidents, their own military, their own everything. What country did we leave if we're immigrants? I don't have no paperwork saying I'm an immigrant. I'm not a naturalized citizen. I didn't come here as an immigrant and marry somebody that got a citizenship. What do you mean? And every Black person I know, I could trace my ancestors back to the 1870 census very easy. My great grandmother and grandfather were slaves. And my great was the last ones who were slaves that I can trace. I was floored when I seen that. I said, wow, that's not that long ago. So what do you mean we're immigrants just like everybody else? You can't put us in that category. My ancestors were enslaved, and we owe reparations. Now, some of you may say, give Sheila some honorable mention for H.R. 40. Sheila used H.R. 40 to also get Black people to vote for Democrats in 2020. That was a finesse. We got to think about it. At that time, everybody was really turned up about reparations, turned up about police reform. All of a sudden, Sheila started having this H.R. 40 hearing. The Democrats, they had an H.R. 40 hearing, right? You remember that? The H.R. 40 hearings? And all of that was to get hopes up for Black Americans to come out and vote Democrat in that election, using the pain and hope for Black people to get Democrats elected. Then when Democrats get in office, they did nothing for Black people. Hence why Sheila Jackson Lee lost the election. See, Black folks not going to let you play with our emotions no more. You're not going to be playing with our hopes and everything else no more. It's just not going to happen. You're going to lose every single time. And really, a lot of people sat it out. Let's call it what it is. They sat this out. Because those numbers you saw is nothing. They sat it out. And this same thing is going to happen in 2024 in November to Biden. You Democrats, you still trying to run Biden, huh? Biden got a problem with everybody now, not just black folk. The Muslims are mad with him. White folks, they constantly mad with him, right? And it's shocking. The Asians are disappointed in him. It's crazy. The Hispanic community is disappointed in him. It's crazy. All the people that he tried to do things for, right? And they don't even support him. The one group of people that he could do something for, one group, the people that he really needs to show up, it has been proven, and we've talked about this, and we can put this back up on the screen. The Democrats cannot win an election without Black America. If Black America say, okay, we're going to sit this election out. Y'all have at it. We got other things to do on election day. We just going to watch y'all, right? The Democrats can never win an election without Black America. They can't do it. And their greatest fear is that Black America will sit home on election day. They're trying everything they can to manipulate you, to put you in fear, to get you to come out and vote for them. And it's not working. This is a prelude to what Biden is going to deal with. And I tell you what, I can't wait to see the video. Oh, Lord. Biden lose that election. I can't wait to see the videos for that night. Oh, Lord. I'm going to be sitting up there recording them all. Because you remember when Trump won the last time, how they acted? Lord Jesus. Those people, they were losing their mind. But Democrats, it's a new day. Either do for Black America, do something for us, or expect to lose every single time. It don't matter how many times you send the shields out to cuss us out, to put us down. You can send old sister girl, Representative Jasmine there to be saying that, oh, well, they just in their emotions. And listen, whatever kind of insult you want to give Black America, it don't matter at this point. We're more offended when you think that you're insulting us intelligently or you're insulting us in a ratchet way, right? Cussing us out, telling us we dumb, we stupid. No. I never seen anybody like that. It's kind of like you in a relationship. You want your lady to do something, but you're gonna call her stupid and dumb if she don't do what you say. Would hear a man calling his woman stupid and dumb, and oh, she just emotional. She don't know what she is even thinking or whatever because you want her to do a certain thing. Most people will sit and tell her like, bruh, you kind of verbally abusive. Or if it's the other way around, if a woman talking to her man that way and calling him stupid and dumb and a simple Simon MF and all kind of things. If a woman was doing that to a man, they would say, man, that woman don't really care about you like that. Like, she don't even respect you. Look at the way she talking to you because you don't do what she says to do. And that's why they talk to you that way, because you have a mind of your own. They even get offended when you say, I'm a free thinker. I think for myself. They get offended when you say that. They even try to ridicule you for saying, I can think for myself. And you can. God gave you your brain, and you're supposed to use it. You have your own mind. So you tell somebody you're a free thinker, yeah, you got a brain in your head. Use your own brain. Come up to your own conclusion. And if your conclusion say, well, what they offering is not good for me, then I don't have to take what you're selling. I don't have to take something that's I feel that's not good for me. But what the Democrat shields try to do is try to tell you, well, equivalent to, or just eat the pizza because we telling you to. Now, wait a minute, the pizza is bad for my health. I can't just be eating that all the time. Oh, you just some simple Simon MF, eat the pizza. That's what we told you do. No, I don't want no doggone pizza. I want something better. Shoot, give me the grilled salmon and some veggies or something. I'll take that because I can think for myself. You know what I'm saying? You don't let them just shove down your throat telling you who to vote for, who to support, and try to belittle you. No, if you say, I want somebody different, if you say, I want to sit it out, if you say, I want to vote for the other side, if I want to vote for third party, it's your choice. You have a mind to think on your own. Listen, I'm telling you, it's okay to make up your own mind. I get so many people telling me in the comments, well, who should we vote for then? Make up your own mind. You have your own mind. I should not have to tell you who you should vote for. I'm giving you information to tell you what's bad. And what's bad is the Democrat, Biden, and Sheila Jackson Lee and all them. I'm giving you that information. Now, once you get the information, you take it, you assess it, you look it over, you think for yourself, and you say, okay, now I have this information, what I'm going to do with it, right? I should not have to tell you, well, I'm giving you the information, now I'm telling you to do this. Then you're not thinking for yourself. That's me thinking for you. Even with people that work with me, I don't even want them thinking, I don't want to have to think for them. If I have to think for everybody that works around me constantly, then that's not going to work. Because sometimes you may have an idea that I'm not even thinking about. I don't want mindless people around me. Because I don't have the answers all the time. It's okay if they say, hey, Phil, maybe this not working. Or can we try this? Or whatever. I don't have all the answers all the time. I'm human too. So get out of that. Well, tell us who to vote for. Tell us what to do. Well, why don't you tell us? Because I see them comments. Why don't you tell us who to vote for? Why do I need to? Don't you have a brain? Don't you? And some of you that's leaving me these comments, you're not 18 years old. Sad part, some of you are in your 30s, 40s, 50s. Some can even be in their 60s or 70s asking me who to vote for because I shook you with this information. You know what I'm saying is right. And you're so shook by the info, but you're so programmed to somebody telling you what to do. You're not a child. And even my 9-year-old, my 9-year-old little girl, I don't want to be thinking for her for everything either. I want her to have her own brain, her own mind. My 4-year-old grandson, right? I want him to have his own mind. I don't have to think for him for everything. You don't raise mindless people who can't think for themselves politically, spiritually, relationally, whatever. Everybody need to have their own mind. I'm not cool with just mindless people. So don't ask me those questions. I'm doing enough by giving you information. I'm not going to sit up there and hold your hand all the way to something else. No, it's not. That's not my job. That's not what I'm going to do. If I'm going to hold the hand of something, it'll be my children. It'll be my family. I got enough going on with that if I'm going to do it. I can't do it for all you. The Democrats got to understand that they got an issue and they got a problem for being, especially the black ones. You so pro-Democrat, you forgot black America. This is why black folks in Chicago are saying, hey, we're going to be outside that convention, letting them know how we feel because the Democrats haven't done nothing for us. And right on. And I'm already talking about it because, hey, I want to go to that convention too in Chicago. Not to say I want to go inside of it. I want to be on the outside of it with the people and letting them speak their mind. Because I'd rather be with the people anyway. I don't care nothing about them Democrats. The people's voice need to be heard. But Sheila lost. So let this be a public service announcement to you Democrats, black ones at that. Do for your people. Be pro-black America, not pro-Democrat. If you want to be a Democrat, fine. You're a Democrat with in front of your name. But you better be pro-black America. We don't want to hear no talk about no immigration. We don't want to hear talk about it. That's not our issue and our problem. We don't want to hear no talk about wars overseas and all that. You better be talking about black America. Period. That's all we want to know about. Or you can just lose your seat, lose mayor races, lose presidential elections. You can just go on and lose. We are prepared to sit it out. We are prepared to vote for the other side. We are prepared for it. Listen, we good. We are in the best position ever as black America. We have nothing to lose. Nothing, because you didn't give us anything as a collective of people. So you can't take nothing. Even that, we got to protect democracy. Black folks don't live in a democracy. We don't. We live in an authoritarian regime. What happened to that brother the other day in Reform, Alabama, tasing that brother like they putting false charges on him that they all just about dropped them all as the video came out? That's not democracy. What happens to black people? So what are we gonna lose if we don't have quote unquote democracy, right? Biden's in office and look what's happening to black folks, and we got so-called democracy right now, right? That's democracy. Tasing a black man repeatedly in his back, point blank. That's democracy. Protect that. That's what we're supposed to be protecting, because Trump gonna take that away. Man, please, you can't threaten us with that. Trump gonna take away democracy. What democracy? We ain't got no democracy going on, because you Democrats sure don't make no democracy right for black America. So there's no threat you can give us as black America that if you don't get in office, all of a sudden we're going to lose something. We haven't lost nothing because you didn't give us nothing. Bottom line. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in these elections. And I'm a firm believer, we need to primary the Congressional Black Caucus. See the Congressional Black Caucus member on the ballot, one that's been already sitting in the seat. I'm a firm believer that we all need to come out and vote for the other person just to get them out and show them that they got to go. I'm on that at this point.